What's the best way to tune your vocals automatically? Today, we're going to dive into Antares Autotune Pro, and I'm going to show you exactly how I use it in my productions to tune my vocals.
Mississippi putting it down, I'm the hottest round. I told y'all y'all can't stop me now. Listen to me now, I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come and get me now.
Yo, it's ThomasAnthnony from FinishBetterMusic.com, where we believe great producers aren't born, they're trained. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the first step in my vocal production process, which is tuning the vocals. Now, typically, my process for vocal production is first tuning the vocals, then doing EQ and compression, and then adding effects like reverb and delay. Today, we're going to go over all the features of Antares Autotune, then look specifically at the ones that I use to keep my workflow seamless, and then finally, how I use it in conjunction with other tuning softwares to make sure that my vocals are dialed in and comparable to professional, commercially polished, released music. Now, quickly before we jump into the video, if you're having trouble making badass music that sounds powerful and that makes you feel proud, and if you'd like help from experienced producers like myself who've released on major labels such as Confessions, Dim Mak, Ministry Sound, just to name a few, to personally guide you step by step to finish high quality electronic music, consider checking out our music mentoring program at FinishBetterMusic.com. There'll be a link in the description below. You can check out exactly what the program consists of, what our students have accomplished, the type of music they're listening to or they're making now, and how to apply, and some other high quality free resources. Okay, let's get into the video.
So this is the track I'm working on. This is an instrumental. I did this remix with my homie CeeLo. It's of Adam K's song Shadows. And we finished this a while ago, and we had the original vocals in it, and stuff got messed up with the label, so we couldn't release it. So we decided to do a cover of it, and this singer, actually, that follows this YouTube channel, hit me up. Her name is CJ Official. She's a badass singer. Go check her out. She's a super badass singer from England, and yeah, she did these amazing vocals for this tune, and I just wanted to show you exactly what I do for tuning them and kind of just going over this new Autotune plugin. And just a heads up, Autotune did send me this plugin to check out, but I've been itching to just mess with it for so long because I've used past versions of it, but I didn't have the new version of it, and they sent me over a new copy of it, and I'm just testing it out just so everyone knows that. But this has become an integral part of my like vocal comping sessions and how I edit all my vocals. Now, typically my whole situation is I usually start a new project because if you're trying to edit vocals in the project, especially like actual vocals, there's a lot of processing that needs to be done to them. And that'll slow your computer down. So what I like to do is just bounce an instrumental of the track down, and then just bring in the vocal stems, make sure they're all aligned, get them all tuned up, and then bring them back into the project so that without any reverb delay, usually the reverb delay I'll mix in with the project, but everything else, like especially editing the vocals, making sure that they're all in the right time, in the right place, the right volumes, all the compression, saturation, all that kind of good stuff, I do in a separate project. Okay, so what I want to look at today is this awesome little plugin. It's called Autotune. It's been around for a long time. This is what the basic thing looks like, Autotune. And before we even look at that, there is a nifty little plugin that comes with it. It's called AutoKey. And basically what it is, you just put it onto your master or whatever track the song is on. You let it play, and then it listens to it. Now, I've tested this out on about 10 tracks, and all of them have been correct except for this one. This one says it's F sharp major. The song is actually an F sharp minor. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but every other track that I've tested it out on has come up and it has been correct. So again, always double check things. Don't always rely on programs and computers and stuff like that. So because it's not 100% correct. So I know it's an F sharp minor, and here are her vocals. I'll just quickly, this song's gonna be released in a month or so. So I'll just quickly give you a little breakdown of the song. Got some cool little bits there. Got some build up. I'll turn on with the vocals. So pretty cool, and then the drop. So a super sexy tune, and definitely in our style that I've been putting out lately. So let's get into the vocal thing. So when we listen to the vocals, now I would do this on each individual channel because there's only 2 here, but because it's just one group, I'm just going to do it all together. But basically going through this plugin is you have 4 different knobs, and I like to start over here and work my way over from left to right. So if we just listen to this like second little bit, because there is lots of stuff going on in here. If we listen to this,
shadows hiding in the dark when I dream of you.
Now you can tell it's where it's kind of going out of key a little bit. It shows you.
Always on my mind, 'cause what we've been through.
Now we have to set the key up here, so F sharp minor over here. You can do soprano, tenor, low male instrument or bass instrument. So she's soprano, and basically this first knob is gonna determine like how quickly it's going to tune the incorrect note. So let's just blast it up so we can hear it.
Always on my mind, 'cause what we've been through. Running all our lives, trusting you will follow mine.
So we can hear that's super duper tune. Kind of sounds like T-Pain. So the next thing to do after that, this is cranked up obviously, and the next thing knob to look at is this one, so the flex tune. So this I like to think of as like a dry wet for this, or more so if you think of an analog EQ, when you boost something and then you can attenuate it, this is what I kind of like to think is like the attenuation knob. So if we just even look at what's happening here, when we crank this one up, nothing's happening. So basically it's like limiting the amount that's there. And then over here is humanize. So humanize basically, for long sustained notes, it kind of has a decreased return speed, so it just makes it sound more human. There's not that many parts in this song that I've been using that with, but what I like to do with this, and this is pretty straightforward, and this is kind of like how easy this thing is to use. So I like just to listen to.
Running all our lives, trusting you will follow mine. Right here by my side, no, I won't leave you behind.
Now I can hear some like some stuff right there that kind of sounds a little bit funky, but I'm not cranking it up all the way. So then from there I will just listen to it again and kind of mess around with this knob.
Running all our lives, trusting you will follow mine. Right here by my side, no, I won't leave you behind. I'm not gonna hide it from you.
So the tone that I'm going for with the song is...
So this guy hit me up on Tinder last night, and the first thing I did was check out his SoundCloud.
Not another shitty producer.
Yeah, you guessed it. His mixes were so unbalanced and weak.
Gross. He probably learned everything on YouTube. Such a turnoff.
Yeah, he had no idea how to compress his drums either.
I just wish more guys knew what they were doing in the studio.
Right? Guys who know exactly how much distortion to use, it turns me on so much.
It gets so wet when a guy can make a song that can keep me interested all the way to the end.
Oh my god, yes, there's nothing hotter than an interesting song and a mix that sounds good on every system.
I'm not trying to fully correct the pitch of everything. I just want to get sounding a little bit more tighter, a little bit more in key, because this is the first plugin that I use in the chain. So I typically will fix the timing of things first, get all that lined up. Everything is already in time, so I don't need to do that with these vocals. Shout out to JD, she killed it on that. But then I'll go through auto-tune. I'll get these sounding a little bit tighter, and then after that I will use Melodyne to really dial things in. Now there's these other two knobs, like I said, like with the harmonized thing. With these notes I can't really hear anything.
Right here by my side, no, I won't leave you behind. Right here by my side, no, I won't leave you behind.
I can't really hear any difference there, like maybe here.
Hide it from you. Hide it from you.
Like I can't really, there's no just like really long sustained notes, so I probably wouldn't use that in this instance. And then natural vibrato, it's you can add it or you can take it away.
Hide it from you.
I don't really need to use that in this bit because there's not really any vibrato. And also I like to go into, even in Melodyne actually, when I use the vibrato and try to take it down a notch, it sounds very unnatural. So using the vibrato stuff sparsely is a good idea. Now, the next thing that we can look at also too is over here on the controls of it. So you can go back to old classic school. So like this brings it back to like the super old school T-Pain days.
Hiding in the dark when I dream of you. Always on my mind, 'cause what we've been through.
And then, of course, they have like the Formants stuff, so we can add some stuff in here. This is kind of like what I like to think of like the Formants from Little Altar Boy.
Hiding in the dark when I dream of you. Hiding in the dark when I dream of you.
So they're pretty cool stuff, and then you can obviously transpose up and down.
Dark when I
Now, I would use this throat formant. Like, I do like Little Altar Boy for effects wise, but I find it has a lot of phasing issues sometimes. It creates these weird, like, just phasing bits. So what I would do is kind of use this one for the effect. And what you could do if you're really hurting, you can duplicate the track, switch with the formants, kind of pan one hard left, pan one hard right. And just use it as some doubles action. But yeah, just really, really cool features. But I'm not choosing to use the formant or anything like that. Now, if you really, really want to get into it, they also have the advanced features where you can really go into vibrato. Again, I don't mess with vibrato that much. One thing that is cool is that they have the bypass and remove. So if you know some notes aren't in the scale, then you can just click this and it will turn those notes off. It won't hit those at all. But if you have a note, just say the F sharp, that you know the singer nailed and you like the sound of it, you can just press this and bypass, and Autotune won't pick up their F sharp, but it'll pick up all the rest of them and retune them to the correct pitch. So super duper sick plugin. Again, like I just use the basic stuff, and I'd probably keep it to about there.
Shadows hiding in the dark when I dream of you.
Because I just want the basic tightness of it, just tighten in a little bit, and then from there I'll bring in Melodyne. I'll really look at all the notes, see how the pitches are sliding in towards each other, and just really tighten it up and get it sounding super duper solid. And then maybe also like checking some of the other effects on there, and then once all that's done, I'll bounce out a copy of it it'll basically be dry, but with like everything will be like at a good volume, and it'll just be sounding super slick in key. And I'll bounce that out, bring that into my project, and then mix it in with the actual song, so it's gelled in there. I can do all my other mixing techniques, and it will sound super duper sick. So yeah, that's pretty much Autotune. And this is something we go into detail with, especially my vocal processing chain and how to process vocals in our music mentoring program at FinishBetterMusic.com. You can check that out in the description below. We go over everything, especially with like vocals, because like I make lots of club tracks, but I also, like, this is a club track obviously, but I also make just like cool, chill, like pretty music that's like deep house-ish kind, and I really like doing covers and having lots of vocals sparkle throughout. So vocal processing is really important to me, and thank you Autotune for sending this out to me, because it's been awesome. It's really added stuff to another layer of professionalism to my workflow, because doing everything in Melodyne is a pain in the ass. And if any of you guys edit vocals out there, you know how it's just like basically opening up another DAW, and you have to like separate syllables, and you have to do everything, and it's just a pain in the ass, and you don't even want to do with vocals. So you can get any much further or any closer to your finished product by adding this on first and then going into Melodyne, fine-tuning everything. I think it's the perfect workflow. All right, I hope this has helped. Again, FinishBetterMusic.com if you want some free resources or anything. Another big thing is that all the students in our mentoring program get 50% off this plugin. So we've struck a deal with them, and it's super duper awesome. So that's something you're interested in. Definitely check it out at FinishBetterMusic.com. All right, until next time, peace.